Hello, in this lesson 11.4 spheres, we'll be doing this lesson in two parts. Part 1 surface area of spheres and hemispheres, and part 2 will be volume of spheres and hemispheres. Okay, what is surface area of a sphere? The formula for the surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared. If S, here S stands for the surface area. The surface area means that all the touchable parts around this sphere. So if you have to paint this sphere, what will be the area that you need to paint this spherical ball? Okay, that is the surface area. So if the surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared, what is going to be the surface area for the hemisphere? So hemisphere, the surface area of the hemisphere has two parts. There is a half sphere, which is something like this, without the lid. So just imagine if this is a cup, an open cup without a lid on the top, what is going to be the area of only this half sphere? That area is going to be, since the area of the whole sphere is 4 pi r square, the area of this one only without the internal parts is going to be 2 pi r square, because that is the area of the half of that sphere. But for the surface area, we have to uh, add the area of this lid as well. So area of that lid, this is a circle. So area of the circle, you know that if you just have to add this area as well on this, so that area is going to be pi r square, that is a circle only. So area together with this half sphere or hemisphere with the lid is going to be, the total surface area is going to be pi r squared plus 2 pi r squared. If you add these two up, since both of them have pi and r squared, okay, so this is 1 pi r squared, this is 2 pi r squared, together it will be 3 pi r squared. So if hemisphere has this uh, circular lid on it, then the area is going to be 3 pi r squared. So now we are going to be using for the hemisphere this formula. Okay. Okay, find the surface area of the sphere round to the nearest tenth. Here we have a sphere with the great circle. This circle is called the great circle. There are many circles here, but the circle that has that is the greatest one, we take the radius for that circle. Okay, so the radius of this, you can see the great circle has a diameter of 20, and the formula for the surface area is S equals to 4 pi r square. 4 and pi, these two are constants. We need only the radius for the circle, the radius for the sphere. So radius, when diameter is given, is equal to d over 2. So radius will be 20 divided by 2, which is 10 feet. So radius for this circle will be 10 feet. Now just substitute into the formula to find the surface area of this whole circle. 4 pi times 10 square, and use the formula. I use the calculator to find this value. This is going to be 1256.6 rounded to the nearest tenth, and this is a surface area, so it should be feet square. Example number 2, find the surface area of the hemisphere round to the nearest tenth. And surface area of the hemisphere we simplified already. That was S equals to 3 by r squared, because we have to include this top lid, okay, or the circle. So radius, what is the radius of this large or great circle? R is equal to 17 divided by 2, half of it, the diameter is given. So 17 divided by 2 is 8.5 millimeter. That is going to be the radius, because for the formula we just need a radius. So if we substitute this radius, 3 pi into 8.5 squared, use the calculator, will be 680.9, and the surface area, unit for the surface area is millimeter, the millimeter squared. Okay, next, second part is the volume of spheres. The formula for the volume of the sphere, if V is the volume of this whole sphere, the volume is the space occupied by this sphere inside, internal space, okay, will be 4 over 3 pi r cube. Okay, this time it is r cube. For the surface area it was square, but now it is cube. Okay, remember, for the hemisphere, it doesn't matter that your cup is an opened one or it has a lid on the top. The volume will not change. The amount of liquid that you can fill this cup with will not change whether it has a top lid or not. Okay, so we are not going to add anything into this. It will be just half of this. If 4 over 3 pi, then the volume of the hemisphere will be 2 over 3 pi r cube. Okay. Okay. Find the volume of the sphere round to the nearest tenth. So in this, for this sphere, we are already given a radius. So we don't need to do anything. We just need to use the formula, substitute the value of the radius, and using calculator we can find. So formula is V equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. So 4 over 3 pi into 4 cube. So if you use the calculator, it will be 268.1 inches cube this time. Okay. Our last example is the volume of hemisphere. So formula for the volume of the hemisphere is V equals to 2 over 3 pi r cube, and radius is 16 centimeters. So just substitute the value of the radius and using calculator get the answer. So the answer will be 8,578.6 centimeter